Hi, everybody. Melinda Jacobs here. One last final inspiration before the year end. For those of you who don't know, I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist. I do work with people who are stuck in old patterns due to trauma, help them work through those, coming back to that sense of self and moving through old belief systems. So I wanted to just chat with you for a moment, briefly, quickly, about expectations, wants, needs, desires, all of that. Hey, Laura Jenkins, it's nice seeing you. Uh, so do you know what you want? Truly, really, honestly, we're always setting intentions and goals this time of year. We're setting those New Year's resolutions and putting all that into place. But do you know what you truly want? And there's a sense of life would be better if I lost weight, if I had a different relationship, if I made more money, life would be better. And that may be true, that may not. Oftentimes, we put our attention on things that seem like the problem, but it's not actually that. And so, what do you want? Really, that question really allows you space to sit with yourself and really reveal the deeper needs, wants, desires, and maybe there's an unresolved hurt that's sitting there. I know when I stop and think, what do I really want? That I often come into this place of confusion and ambivalence. Like, I don't know. I don't know what I want. I thought I want that, but once I got it, then that sense of feeling unsatisfied, unfulfilled, still kind of sat with me. And so obviously that I didn't really want that, or that wasn't really the thing that I was looking for that deeper place. So that question, what do I want? I think it's easier to get to if I know what my priorities are. And that too seems a little difficult. Now, this conversation is really geared towards uh, all of my beloveds who are sensitive like me, empaths, intuitives, light bearers and bringers, the healers and the earth angels of the world. So, as a very sensitive empath, what I thought I wanted, I was actually feeling the people around me. It was their wants, it was their desires, and so when I stepped into them, fully thinking they were mine, I walked away unfulfilled and empty. And so I realized that I still didn't know what I wanted because I wasn't even feeling my own wants. That seems a little messy. And so I invite you in these contemplative hours as the year comes to a close and as we open up into a new chapter, a new year, is to really sit with that question, what do I want and what are my priorities? And recognizing if you are sensitive on any level, which if you're sensitive, that doing this privately, away from the people around you, away from the expectations of what others may want or have imposed upon you, if you could step away from that for a little bit of time and really ask yourself, your soul, what do I want? You too might find yourself in that place of ambivalence because you've been tuned into the people around you. Or maybe there's some clarity there that you just haven't really acknowledged, because to really address what you want means that that goes against what others want. What I really wanted a few years ago was I wanted a mini. I wanted a cat, and I had set up this reality where that wasn't possible. And lo and behold, I now drive a Mini and I have a cat. And I'm back in the situation where that wasn't possible before. And so there was a limiting idea about the people I was around, that wasn't possible. It wasn't possible for me to have what I wanted. And I find that very interesting to just sit and look around me now of like, huh. And it took some time for me to step away from everyone to really get clear with what I want. And I'm not saying that you have to step away from everyone, but at the time I hadn't done that. I hadn't even given myself any space to clarify that for myself. So as you're coming into the wrapping up of this year and celebrating and acknowledging and really applauding yourself for all your achievements and accomplishments, what do you want? And can you get into that still place within yourself and answer that? And looking at the misplaced expectations outside of me, of yourself, outside of me, I had for a very long time had the expectation that the people around me were the ones that were going to take care of me, that were responsible for my happiness, for my well-being, and that is really coming from that wounded child within me that didn't necessarily have those needs met when I was a child. So those expectations stayed with me, and they're coming now out of a very disoriented place. And so now it's my job to tend to those expectations and to catch myself putting them on other people. So can you look and find the places where you have maybe misplaced some expectations around your well-being, around your happiness, around your career, your relationships, around your body, around your health? I hear it a lot with a lot of the people that I work with that, well, my partner won't eat healthy, and so therefore I don't eat healthy. I'm like, isn't that interesting how we so easily shirk off our responsibility onto other people? I come into the end of 2018 knowing, fully knowing I'm responsible for my own joy. I'm responsible for my own happiness. I'm responsible for my own care. I'm responsible for my own finances. I am responsible for my well-being. And I'm also very aware of the place in me that still has some woundedness around it was your job, and it was your job to keep me safe, to protect me, to provide for me, to love me, to care for me. And so I can easily recognize now when those unresolved needs are being misplaced on the people around me. So look for that as you move into 2019, as you come into this new chapter of you and bring 2018 to a close. This has been a very powerful year for all of us. The energies have just been have provided us such space to do such incredible soul healing. And I am just so blessed and honored to have been on some of your journeys with you. And I am so grateful for those of you who have been on my journey with me and watching me through these videos and sharing this information. So as we bring this chapter to a close, just know tomorrow's just another day. And it's just another opportunity to become aware of yourself. Be loving, be kind. Recognize when you're setting yourself up for failure. Recognize when you're trying to rip away something that you're not quite ready to let go of. Maybe you're clinging on to some hurt or some anger or some blame. And rather than saying, I gotta let that go, I'm gonna leave it in 2018, I gotta get rid of that. What if you just gave yourself permission? What if you leaned into the resistance and said, you know what? Hold on to that. Hold on to that as long as you need it. And give yourself that kind permission and that understanding of, oh, I get why you're holding on to that anger. I get why that makes you feel, well, I'll use it for myself. Melinda, I understand why you feel powerful holding on to that anger, onto that blame, onto that self-righteousness. Because underneath that is a sense of powerlessness and a sense of sadness that's really painful. So hold on to that as long as you need it. And as long as I'm acknowledging, witnessing, and honoring the deeper things, this, whatever I'm holding on to, begins to transmute. Because I've given myself permission. I haven't tried to rip it away. Yeah, we can all stand in that place of being so significantly kind and compassionate to the places where we're holding on, rather than forcing ourselves to get rid of something. Force is not the way. It's just not going to work. It never has, and it never will, and it certainly hasn't worked for the long term. Like it might, I've seen people force their way into weight loss, force their way into different ways of being, but it just, the results didn't last. It's always going to be with kindness, with understanding, and with permission to just be as you are. And so recognizing that I am who I am today, and holding that intention to know myself more deeply, to hold that compassion more deeply, to recognize where I'm misplacing my expectations, to hold that responsibility for myself and really sit in that question, what do I want? every day, not just on the end of the year, not just on this new year coming, but every day hold that for yourself and watch what emerges, watch what it invokes within you, and be curious, that loving, healthy curiosity of what can flourish out of that. So thank you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all your time and attention this year, for all your hard work and for all your courageousness, for your authenticity, for your vulnerability. Thank you. Truly, thank you from the bottom of my heart, because I know for every person that stands in those places of vulnerability, that there is a courage emerging within them, and there is permission that's just spreading around the entire planet that allows other people to stand in that within themselves. So thank you for your courage. Thank you for your authenticity. Thank you for your participation in this thing we call the human experience. I'm here to support. I'm here to help. If you need, please reach out either privately on message on Facebook, or you can reach me through my website, quantum-therapeutics.com. Much love to you. So much to celebrate and embrace within ourselves for what we've accomplished this year. Many, many blessings to you, and I look forward to seeing you in 2019. So take care of yourselves. Be compassionate, be kind, be loving, be curious, and we'll talk again soon. Bye-bye.